There's a natural tendency in organizations today to distance customers from the inner workings. We think it's ugly. We think people don't need to see this. So we try and sort of minimize access to what we're actually doing and speed up the nature of our response, whether that's an ATM that just passes out our money, whether it's Google that gives us our answer in 0.02 of a second. We don't see the working of Google. We can't tap into the algorithm. It just gives us it as fast as we can. And what Professor Ryan Buell and Michael Norton from Harvard have sort of explored in their research is that sometimes we find by showing the working, by being transparent in what's happening, we can not only increase the perceived value of a service, but we can increase trust. So in their study, they explore Kayak.com. So if we think about Google that spits out an answer in 0.02 of a second, whether it's sort of travel advice through to what is the weather today, actually they found that by slowing this process down and showing how the algorithm is working, saying we're now searching flights on the eastern seaboard, we're now looking at this in economy rate. So just helping us to see what the algorithm is doing to work for you, and we value it more, and we trust it more. And this transparency can work in something like an ATM, where it looks at you sort of counting all the money before it spits it out. Just so it's like, okay, well, I trust that it's got the right money because I've sort of seen it thinking rather than just spitting it out. All the way through to what I think are sort of more novel but more intuitive transparent solutions. And that could be having a little bit of the production process on a product that we might buy. I mean, we bought some tomatoes the other day, and I thought the more expensive ones tend to still have the vine attached. And it's like, oh, okay, like it's really close to like you've still got the vine on it, and rationally that might be considered a hassle, right? Just like when I used to live in the UK, in Queen's Park, we used to go to our farmers market, and the carrots at the farmers market were like 3 times the price of the carrots from Sainsbury's up the road. The key difference was the carrots in the farmers market were still dirty, right? So it shows, these are still dirty. They must be, like, we can see that they've been pulled out of the soil. How about that? That they must be very precious. So by having a bit of a signal of the process that's gone behind it, we can again increase perceived value and trust in its freshness or its quality. And brands are adapting this. And again, not necessarily adapting it because they have a team of behavioral scientists working with them, just because it's an intuitively good solution, and we can do it again and again. Monteith's, the brand of apple cider in New Zealand, wanted to increase perceptions of trust of their claim of freshly crushed apples and pears. So to help to do this, just like the tomatoes that are still on the vine when you pick them up from your local Sainsbury's or Tesco's, they put a twig from the orchard in every box of cider, just to have a little sort of cue of the production process, be a bit more transparent in how they actually create their cider by putting a twig in the box. So we can be really creative with how we provide this transparency, whether it's an algorithm on a website through to simply stacking the raw ingredients of your pasta at the front window of a restaurant so people know that you make your pasta fresh on site. There's lovely different ways in which we can see this working in practice.